aka the Thebpg13, and yeah, this should be pretty interesting. So, are we ready? Here we go. First run of the day, WRC II Extreme. Also, I don't know where the game's gone. There it is. Okay, it's come back. It's alive! It's alive! Okay, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Okay, so welcome everybody to WRC II Extreme. I will spare no details. Hopefully the audio's okay. I will adjust it if needs be. And this is a rally game that came out in the... I like to call it the original WRC series. It came out in 2002. And this was actually the second one that was released for the PlayStation 2. The first one came out a year earlier, and in my opinion, the original WRC games were better than the newer ones, but that's just personal preference, of course. Like I said, this is the Novice Championship, so time will start when I select the driver. So there's plenty of cars in this game, I'll explain as I go, and there's actually some rally skipping as well in here. So just for safety's sake, I'm going to turn it down just a tad more, just so it's not too loud. It shouldn't be too loud, hopefully. Okay, so I think we're ready to go. And yeah, here we go. So countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so also, if it would, this would be nice. There we go. Okay, mustn't have gone. It's fine anyway. Okay, so this is, like I said, WRC II Extreme for the PlayStation 2, and this is Monte Carlo, one of the first rallies in the game. We do have altogether, I believe it's 16 rallies altogether, and we'll actually be skipping a good chunk of them. And like I said, welcome to all of those that are in the BSG chat, and of course the McRaeathon channel chat as well. Nice to see everybody here. Also, I believe I already had a question put through, which is, heyo, is this on location or is everybody at home? Everybody is at home for this one. It's an online only marathon. Although we could have an on-site one eventually, if there was enough interest. So I'm going to try and drive a bit careful. So in my practice runs I went pretty fast, and obviously that's the whole idea of a speed run. But for the most part, I'm going to just try and take it easy, try not to wreck the car too bad, and just like I said, just take it easy. Because after all, we do want to get under estimate, and the more times we wreck the car, the worse it's going to get. So obviously we don't want to be doing that. So for those that don't know how a rally stage is split up, depending on the game, the actual game itself, depending on the game will depend on how many checkpoints there is in the stage. So, for example, in this game, as you can see on the left hand side, we have 5 blocks. The 5 blocks represent the split. Now, if you played Colin McRae Rally before, that has, as in the original, or the first two actually, both of them have the same. So, nice physics, because this game has those great game physics. It's fine anyway. I should mention that real quick as well, that the physics are a bit all over the place. It is an old game, so do forgive me. Anyway, like I was saying, the checkpoint system is different depending on the rally game you pick. So for the original Colin McRae Rally and the second Colin McRae Rally, both of those have 8 splits apiece. So on every single stage you have 8 splits. A split is basically a chunk of the road. That's pretty much it. It's just basically a chunk of the road. So on this one we have 5 sets on the road, and depending on how quick or how slow you were will depend on the time gained or time lost. So for example, as you can see on the top right, you'll see that we have a green timer that is counting down. That green timer is actually how far ahead of the AI we are currently to the next split. If that goes red, that means you're behind the AI. If it's green, which it is now, it means you're ahead of the AI. Now, obviously this is Novice, so we should be winning by a country mile, like that. And I should can't even speak today. I should point something out. So, for a game that came out in 2002, not only does it look decent, I mean, it actually does look pretty good. We also have the driver faces. So you know, in most racing games these days, they have all this technology nowadays where the faces are scanned in and they look very realistic to the real life drivers. This was 2002 when this came out, and they already had all that technology. So you think that in terms of the game itself, you would think that everything would be different? Well, it is, for a start. Obviously, it's an old rally game, but the whole game itself, with its facial animations, pretty clever. I do like the whole idea of it, though. It's pretty good. Oh, boy. Ooh. Okay, let's not crash this car too bad. The thing is, I will mention, so there's 3 difficulty levels on this game. There's Novice, which is obviously what we're doing. There is Professional, and there is Expert. Now, on Novice, you have altogether, I'm just trying to think now, so I'll take a few of them out as we can. So on the Novice, the cars don't, believe it or not, there's no penalties. So when you reset the car, there's 2 things. Okay, so first thing is, the damage is turned off for Novice, meaning I can smash this car as much as I want, the car will never get wrecked, and we'll never have to repair it, anything like that. It's all good stuff. Each rally is 3 stages long, and it's split over several days, so you do 3 stages, 3 days. That's pretty much how it works. Also, whenever you go off the track, the game will automatically reset you, and even if you decide to reset the car yourself, what will end up happening is you will have no penalties added. So how it all works is on Professional and on Expert you get a time penalty for every time you reset the car. If the game resets it for you, it lets you off, it doesn't give you a penalty. However, if for whatever reason you wanted to, if you wanted to do everything you needed to, then it works quite well. Don't think that made any sense, I do apologise. Yeah, if you reset the car by hand, as in if you do it yourself, the game gives you a penalty. If you don't reset and the game does it automatically, you don't get a penalty. It's kind of strange how it all works with the penalty system, but that's how it is. And of course, damage is turned on. I do believe as well there's, for the Professional difficulty, so the harder difficulty, there is 2 stages per rally, 2 stages per day over 3 days, so you do 6 stages instead of 3. And on the Expert difficulty, there is 9 stages instead of 3. So it's three stages a day. And obviously the AI, as you no doubt imagine, is a lot more tougher. And the best thing is as well, there is several camera views, so you'll notice at the moment obviously we're using the chase cam, there is the far chase cam, there is the, I forget what this is called now, bumper cam, there's the hood cam, you can see, also, ouch. Like I said, physics are a bit all over the place, but it's fine. So there's the hood cam, we have cockpit view, because no rally game, even in the 2000s, would be complete without that. And then we have what I call the laid back view. So this is a different sort of camera view. I think it is still used in rally games these days, but the one where the camera is actually used right in the middle of between the driver's head and the co-driver. So, like I said, it's not a camera that you see very often. And it's a very odd one too. Like in this game, it's very odd. I should also explain why I'm using the Subaru. So there's several cars in this game that you can pick from. You're allowed to pick any that you like. The first car that the one we've picked is the Subaru Impreza, mainly because it's a good all-round car to use, and we've won that stage with flying colours, which is great stuff. Also, you can rev the car at the end of the stage. Why you want to do that, I don't know, but hey ho. So we've actually got, we're still like miles ahead, that's good. This is also icy. Also saving, no, why must you do this? So we're using the Subaru because it's a good all-round car, so it's quite good on whatever surface you put it on. It can be a bit understeery at times, but that's not too big of a problem. It's completely fine. That's okay to use. Other cars that are in here, I think pretty much all of the cars that are in this game are just the ones from the 2002 season. So we have the Peugeot 206 WRC. We have, also I might slide about on this, I think it's ice. So we have, like I said, the Peugeot 206 WRC. We have the Ford Focus RS02 WRC, aka Ford Focus. We have the Subaru Impreza WRC, which is of course what you can see here. We have the Mitsubishi Lancer, I think it's an Evo 7, if my memory states me correctly. It could be an Evo 6, but Evo 6 or Evo 7. We also have the Skoda Octavia, because that was in the Rally Championship back in 2002. The Hyundai Accent, I believe it is, Accent, Hyundai Accent. The Citroen Zara, and I think that's it actually. So I think there's a total of 7 cars in the game. I think it's 7, either 7 or 8. And some of the faces that are in here, funnily enough, there's one missing. So, oh god, nice physics. That stopped me dead completely, didn't it? Blimey. So one of the actual, one of the people that's missing in this game. Would you like to have a guess who it might be? Also, I am going to slip and slide a bit. I do apologise because of the fact that it's ice. This is actual ice, by the way, for those that couldn't realise why I was sliding so much. It is Monte Carlo. So the one driver that is missing should come as no surprise. It's Colin McRae. And it's quite funny how this works. So Colin McRae is in this game, but he's not called Colin McRae. He's called Ford Driver because of the fact that he obviously already had his name assigned to another series, which was obviously his own, and basically to avoid copyright, for copyright reasons, they decided to just call him Ford Driver. So yeah, it's a bit of a lol moment, but it's kind of funny when you think about it. It's like, to avoid copyright reasons, they just literally called him Ford Driver. Also, that is the end of Monte Carlo. So that's Monte Carlo done and dusted, and we're actually going to skip through as much stuff as we can. It does actually get you to try and save after every race, but we're just going to continue without saving. And we get like a nice little cutscene between rallies, which is good. So it's quite important, this. So the next rally, this rally is Sweden. And altogether, I think, sorry, I said there were 16 rallies. I meant to say the 14 rallies altogether. And we actually skip, I wish I was joking, we skip 8 rallies out of 14. That's over half. So the rallies that we're not going to do, so the ones we're going to skip, are France, Cyprus, Argentina, Greece, Kenya, Italy, Australia and the UK. And that's quite a few. The ones that we're doing are Monte Carlo, Sweden, which is obviously where we are now. There's also Spain, Germany, New Zealand, I'm trying to remember, oh, and Finland as well. I can't remember if it's in that order. I think it's Monte Carlo, Sweden, Spain, Finland, Germany, and then New Zealand. I think it's in that order, or New Zealand then Germany. But yeah, we only do like 6 of the 8 rallies. Yeah, he still won the championship. So the AI, for some odd reason, is that bad, and that you can actually win it by beating less than half the championship. Fun fact, so I did a professional run of this game, which is like the medium difficulty, the intermediate, if you can call it that. It's probably what it would be in any other rally game. So in like the intermediate championship, I actually still managed to skip 7 rallies and win. No joke. It's like they're that bad for some reason that they just decided, hey, you know what, why don't we just let him win? Because, I don't know, it's just odd. It is very strange. But, like I said before, the Hyundai and Skoda and stuff like that. So Hyundai is obviously in the WRC these days, they're still participating. But actually where they originally got their introduction was they ran the Hyundai Accent, which is in this game, they ran it in 2000. And 2002, so the season that this one was based off, was actually their first full season. And also, I believe, Skoda's and Citroen's full season as well. Like, as in first full season. So I just skipped the longest rallies. Yeah, pretty much. So, oh dear, I'm not going to go too far off track. The problem is with Sweden is you can't really see where the track goes, and the car can handle really differently depending on the car. But yeah, we basically skip the longest rallies. I think New Zealand takes quite a while. Monte Carlo, Sweden actually doesn't take that long. But as a whole, I think that the rallies are all pretty decent. I mean, Sweden's quite enjoyable. The first one, as in that first stage, is quite easy in my eyes. That's the easy stage. The second stage, which we're going to do, is hell. Just hear me out. It is so bad and horrible. And I know that sounds like I'm just whinging and complaining, but trust me, this is why I don't like it too much. Wait till it loads. This is why. It's a night stage. And not only that, you can barely see anything. I mean, I've increased the brightness slightly for the game capture so you guys can see a bit better than I can. But it's still dark. We actually do night. So, like, in Colin McRae Rally, the first one, you don't do any of the stages at night. It's only when you take on the harder difficulties that it actually has a night stage. In this game, they went, no. Even in the easiest difficulty, we will make you do a night stage. And this isn't the first time we're doing one either. I wish I was joking. It isn't actually the first time we're doing a night stage. Well, it is for this run, but there's several night stages that we're doing. One of the hardest ones in my eyes, personally, is there's one in Spain. And it's quite a long stage, it's about 4.5 minutes long. And it's very tough. There's not too much to say on the stage, other than it is very hard. On this stage though, the reason why I mentioned about this stage is hell, is I can see the stage just fine. As soon as it gets to snow like it does now, I'm blind, I can't see. Like, where am I going, sort of thing. And also, the trees make you go invisible. As we just found out. The trees are actually very translucent, which is a bad thing. I will say that is not something that I like about this game at all. So in the daylight, the trees are seeable. You can see them. But at night, like that, as you just saw, they're translucent. They look like bushes you can just drive through. Because in most games, if an object at the side of the road, say a bush or a tree, is transparent, normally that means you can drive straight through it also. Thanks, post. Oops. I will mention, like I said, again, the mechanics for the collision on the barriers also. Not this corner, I hated this corner. Forget, it threw me off last time. The actual, like, the trees themselves and the collision detection's all over the place. So if you're grinding slightly against the railing, the car can get flipped round pretty easily. And in extreme cases, and this is no word of a lie, in extreme cases, if you're travelling at high speed, so for example in Finland we'll be travelling at very high speed. If I'm travelling at high speed in Finland, and the car lands slightly wrong, and it flips, I'm not joking, the amount of flips you do at high speed, like normally in real life, you have a high speed at 120 miles an hour, the car will roll a lot. In this, it's probably 10 times as much. Also, can I turn around, please? Oh, nice. They actually did me a favour. Cool. So, like I said, in terms of its mechanics, they are a lot more should we say odd? I think that's the easiest way of putting it, right? They're just more odd. Also, as you can tell, night stages ain't my favourite. This one in particular is not my favourite. I am reading his directions and going for them as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I can still do this. Should be fine. Once we've got this stage out of the way, we have a day stage after this. So we should be fine. Also, there's a nice little straight here, which is right at the end. And there we go. 51 seconds over the guy in third. Or second, I think it was. So all the drivers in this game, they're all real drivers. There's none of this fake drivers or anything like that. The reason why I say fake drivers... So, in Colin McRae Rally 1, if you play the European version, all the drivers in the game are real. And if you play them in the North American version, half of them don't even exist. So that's why I'm saying about fake drivers. But, yeah, it should be good. I say it should be good, but yeah. On this, they actually went with realistic drivers, which is nice. I prefer that. I prefer a game that has realistic drivers than fake ones. Like, you can tell the games that do it, so... I mean, obviously games do that for copyright reasons. I understand this. Also, God, that's bright. Yeah, I understand why games use fake rally drivers' names or fake drivers' names, because obviously they don't want to get in trouble. But when they use the real ones, or they try, and you go... I can tell you're trying to use the real ones, and they make, like, they say instead of, I don't know, Colin McRae, they have Colin McRaeathon or something, or Colin McNish or something like that. You're like, I can easily see who you were trying to say. You're not that smart, are you? But I don't know. It's just, it makes me laugh at like some studios' bad ways of trying to write down rally drivers' names. But for the most part, yeah, it's not too bad. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh dear. So Sweden's, like I said, Sweden's nice. Even though it's giving me a bit of grief, especially when I was driving in the dark. Funnily enough, when I was younger, and this is something I don't mind talking about. When I was younger, I used to hate Sweden on rally games because A, it's in the snow, and B, they usually have the slowest rallies. Turns out, that's not exactly true. As in, me playing the game is true, obviously, but Sweden isn't nearly as bad as I always thought it was. I mean, I play it now and I'm still not a fan of snow in rally games, if I'm being honest. I mean, it makes it more interesting. That's for damn sure. But in the sense of everything else, also, that's Sweden though. But you know, in terms of like Sweden and rally games, they often have like certain, what is it? Certain, I'm trying to think now. Certain ways of having the game there, you know, there or thereabouts. Like sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow. Also, we're coming up to our first rally skip. So to skip rallies in this game, you have to wait until you go into the first stage, wait till the timer counts down, and you see it says select, you press select, retire, and that's it. That's literally it. That's how you skip a rally. And now we've skipped the entirety of France, and we're going to move on to the next one. I wish I was joking. I'm still ahead as well, which is quite nice. So I think this is Spain now. Yeah, it is. Hey, Cruel. Excellent good luck. I appreciate it. Oh, well, there we go. So there's actually like two little cutscene things at the start. So when you load into a stage, there's two things. One, it goes around the stage, as you'd expect. It actually has like a camera shot that goes around the stage, and you can actually follow it around the whole stage. So if you want to have a look at the whole stage from start to finish, oh god, if you want to have a look at the stage from start to finish, then you can do. However, you press that, and you press the X button on your controller, and it'll skip through all of that if you don't want to see it. But when you start the stage, it actually goes to there's like a certain cutscene that plays. And by that I mean like the camera zooms proper close to the car. So the camera will zoom like really close to the car, and eventually it'll change to the one that we have at the start where he has the 3, 2, 1, go. In terms of languages and stuff like that, so the guy you can hear, the co-driver, the guy who's talking right now is Robert Reed. He's Richard Burns' co-driver from the early 2000s. Now, bear in mind, he was his co-driver from 2000. I think it might have been late 90s, late 90s to early 2000s, and he voices the co-driver in every car in this game. So I'm guessing they did this to save money. I could be wrong. The game is, when you do start the game up, it does ask what nationality you want. So you've got English, German, Swedish, Italian, I think, French as well. So there's a couple of languages that you can pick. I think that the co-driver does change though, obviously. Normally in racing games, depending on the language that you pick for the game, the co-driver tends to change. I'm pretty sure in this one it's no different. Although I could be wrong, I've not really tested it. But yeah, that's just so people know who you can hear. And he, like I said, he's the same in every car. So bear in mind, I'm playing as Tommy Mäkinen, that's who I'm driving as. He was a pretty good rally driver back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And funnily enough, oh god, I'll reset before that gets out of hand. He actually runs, I think he either runs or he owns the Toyota racing team, which is still participating in, as in Toyota Yazoo Racing, I think it is, who are currently participating in the WRC. So he is still in WRC for a while. Yeah, he was the rival for McRae. Like 100% Mick. He definitely was. I mean, he won from, because Colin McRae won his title in 1995, which funnily enough is 25 years since Colin McRae won his title this year. Damn, that's gone fast, isn't it? Nice, 30.5 seconds. Sweet. But when he was in his prime, there was no doubt about it. When Colin McRae won his title, people thought, can he be stopped? And Mäkinen came around with the Mitsubishi squad and went, yes, we can beat McRae. We know we can beat McRae. He's mine. We can beat him. Anyway, he went on to win 4 titles on the bounce. I think it was 4 Drivers' Championships for Mäkinen and 3 Constructors for Mitsubishi, who he was driving for at the time. But I don't know, he was a very, very good driver though. Still seen today as a rally legend. I personally think he is. I will always see Colin McRae as a rally legend as well. But then again, I think a lot of people know who Colin McRae is, and I don't know, maybe there's people that don't know who Tommy Mäkinen is, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people do. If you don't, well, now's the time to learn, I guess. You're learning with me. But there was actually a really good title fight, so I think it was 1998 or 99. I can't remember, was it 98? I think it was 1998. There was this really good battle, so for those of you that aren't into rallying, allow me to just paint the scene. So during the 1998 WRC season, Tommy Mäkinen and Carlos Sainz went head to head. Mitsubishi versus Toyota. Sainz had got the upper hand in the first half of the season. Mäkinen kept crashing the car and was out. I think he'd retired from 3 out of the first 4 rallies or something. And he got to the final round and he was 1 point ahead, I think, of Carlos. Or something like that. Or he was a few points ahead of Carlos Sainz, or behind maybe. And Mäkinen hit trouble earlier on, so it was Rally GB, the final round of the 98 season. And he basically, what had happened was, there's a backstory to it. So there was this one stage that the UK rally was running, and earlier on in the day there was a classic rally event, and one of the guys that was running his classic machine spilled oil on the track because it broke down, engine had gone bust or something. Anyway, Mackinnon, not knowing it was there, hit it, slid off the road, whacked a concrete pillar, and was driving around with 3 wheels and had to end up retiring because I think he didn't have a spare or something, or maybe he did, I don't remember, but basically it was something to do with, I think, maybe suspension damage. And his teammate turned around and went, he turned around and said to his co-driver or his team and went, "Let me go home, just let me go home, I don't want to stay here and watch Carlos win, I'd rather be at home." So anyway, when he was about halfway to the airport, or when he left for the airport, Carlos was still participating in the rally, and you couldn't make this up, with like a few hundred, like less than a few hundred meters, like 300, 400 meters from the end of the stage, his car broke down, all smoke started coming out of it, and he broke down on the final stage of like a few hundred meters, and Mackinnon won it by like a few points, like a point or two, I think. And it was unbelievable. You're like, gee whiz, how lucky can you get? He really, really got lucky that season. But it all came down to the wire in the end, and it was phenomenal. Because the thing is, winning a championship is great for a driver. They'll tell you themselves. It's, it's one of them things with rally, with F1, with MotoGP, whatever motorsport it may be, that winning a championship is special, but winning one like that makes it 10 times better. Albeit it's nerve-wracking from start to finish, you don't want to win the championship through bad luck, but in the sense of, like, we've had a few titles decided like that. For example, I think Michael Schumacher when he won for Ferrari in 2000 in F1. Lewis Hamilton when he won his first ever title in 2008, for example. They were 2 great scenarios. Hamilton won it by a point or 2, but then the previous year was literally a point between Kimi Räikkönen and the other 2 as well. Didn't Loeb win that rally? I'm not sure, to be honest. He might have done. Who knows? I mean, Loeb was a monster. For those who don't know who Sebastian Loeb is, honestly, you must have been living under a rock. He's the greatest rally driver ever. Allow me to just explain quickly why. In my opinion, I never ranked him as high as Colin McRae, Tommy Mackinnon, Carlos Sainz, etc. But you can't deny someone who won, and I'm not joking, no word of a lie, he won, I think it was 9 rally championships in a row from 2004 to 2011 or 12, 13. It was unbelievable. Never been seen before in the sport. Absolutely unbelievable. To this day, it still flabbergasts me when you, like, he's actually got, believe it or not, so you've got all these different classes of motorsport. You've got MotoGP, you've got Rally, F1, etc. like I said. And the person who sat at the top of that leaderboard, the top of the Hall of Fame, with 9 titles to his name, is Sebastian Loeb. The next one down there, I think on 7 titles, is Michael Schumacher, Valentino Rossi, I think it is, or a few others. And then you get to 6 and it's like Lewis Hamilton, it might be Rossi actually, I think, or Marquez, Marc Marquez, all that sort of stuff. It's unbelievable. Somebody like Loeb winning 9 titles in a row. You wouldn't think that somebody could win 9 titles back to back, but he did. And some of the way, I mean, I have to admit, some of them he just didn't give up on at all. I will say that Loeb himself, he has a rally game as well of his own, this is actually good coincidence. So Sebastian Loeb released a rally game. He worked with the guys at Milestone, who make the MotoGP games, and he won. I say he won. He made a game called Sebastian Loeb Rally Evo, or Rally Evolution if you want to give it its full title. But Rally Evo is what it says in the case, so we'll go with Rally Evo. And in that game, it came out I think about 4 years ago, ish, 2016 I think it came out. And I picked it up. I was intrigued. I wanted to see. It looked pretty good from the trailers and from gameplay. So I picked it up. It's actually decent. Not like 10 out of 10 stuff. I do admit there's a lot of things that can be improved for it. But it's not the worst rally game I've ever played. I mean, I have played some bad rally games in the past. And that's, believe me, not nearly as bad as it looks. So, anyway. So this Sebastian Loeb Rally Evo, he's got there's a game mode that's on it. It's called the Loeb Experience, and the Loeb Experience is basically you're playing as Sebastian Loeb and you're going through several scenarios per set. So I think he has several sets. Hard to say. Yeah, he has like several sets altogether, and on each of said sets, there's like 5 or 6 races or 3 or 4 races, and he actually has a video when you click on the part you want. So you can do it in any order you want, although you have to complete the 5 previous parts to unlock the 6th part, if that makes sense. So, anyway, also this is Spain done. That's Spain finished. So he turns around and he says like how he started with Citroen when it, the late 90s. He started with Citroen. He had a Saxo and it was hard with money and that sort of stuff, and they kept wrecking the car, and it was an interesting one apparently. But there you go. Also, we're going to be skipping quite a few rallies now. I think we're skipping 4 rallies. So I've done 3 rallies already. I'm going to skip another. I'm going to skip a load of them now.
2, 1, 30, right 3.
Nice. To be honest, I think Loeb only really won because he had no one to challenge him. True. Probably did. Also, we're not looking at winning the constructors here. We just need to win the drivers. I remember Mackin switching to a lower ranked rally thing. Yeah, I think he did. He probably did.
3, 2, 1, 30. Left.
Like I said, we're going to skip a couple of rallies because we don't want to do them. These are the longest rallies in the game, by the way. I should clarify this. And you'll notice we're still winning the championship. We're still leading. No word of a lie. So we've skipped 2 rallies. This is the 3rd. Like I said, this is the reason why the game is so much quicker. Ooh. Right, so I'm only just losing. This is fine. I can still make it back. Also, Safari Rally. Now you see it, now you don't. What a driver, I know. It's a rally game and I'm skipping half of the rallies in it. I'm not even joking, this is like all part of the run. So that's actually going to be, I think that's the last rally we skip for a bit. If I remember correctly. Yeah, okay, good. So now we actually get to do Finland, here we go. So we get to do Finland now, which is nice and fast, dead quick, easy. So we've actually skipped 5 rallies already. Now Finland is quite fast, it's quite fun, but it's very, very frantic, and you'll see why. There's plenty of jumps, plenty of long corners, fast flowing corners, and I do need as much luck as I can get with the jumps, because this thing likes to fly, as you can see. Cars in this game love flying in the air. And if it didn't, I don't think I'd be here. But there you go. Oh boy. Come on. Here we go. So, the thing is, like I said, I don't know why this is a thing, but winning 6 rallies and not winning the others is actually a thing in this game. I did, I will express something here. So, during my practice runs the other night, I encountered something, which was that I managed to win 6 rallies, and normally I retired from the last 2. However, when I retired from Australia, I was actually 3 points behind the leader. So I actually had to do the UK. This may be the case with this run. I hope it's not, but this may be the case. I might have to actually do the UK, with all things considered. It's not something I want to do, but if I have to do it, then I will. That's like the bottom line here. Yeah, Finland is quite fast, it's quite frantic, very fun. At the same time, very, very tentative on corners and where the car's going. Because this thing loves to fly, as I keep saying, it really goes, it loves flying. So, nice cornering, sweet. Sick. And that is the first stage done. Like I said, this thing really loves to fly. Funnily enough, what's also really good coincidence, what's also really good timing, so I bought a new car yesterday, and previously I'd had a Subaru Impreza hatchback, so the 2010 Subaru Impreza that came out. So I owned one for a year and a half, and then yesterday I picked up a brand new car, which it isn't brand new, but it's a new car because it's a change of car. And it's a 2006 Subaru Impreza, but it's the Hawkeye one. It's in blue. It's really nice. It's had a lot of stuff done to it, you know, like a lot of kit put on it. Apparently, we didn't even realise this, so we went looking at the car last week and it had sports brakes on it, which is what we thought it had anyway. We brought it home and our next door neighbour is a mechanic. And turns out he went, they're not sports brakes, they're racing brakes. Whoever had this must have had it made for the track. So immediately my face went, what? So, yeah. There you go. I'm like, what? So, yeah, apparently I have a track car. Oh, it's not made purely for the track, but judging by the brakes, the guys took it on the track. But yeah, I was driving it about last night. The smile on my face was massive. You couldn't put me down. I wish I was kidding as well. Yeah, like, I picked it up. It was cheaper than my old one, so I bought my old one for nearly £9,000. And I bought it outright, Subaru dealership, and then traded it in and got this one, and this one was like £2,000 cheaper, but it had all this stuff done to it, and I was like, wow. Definitely getting booked for my bank with this one. What's the engine? Well, on both of them actually. This one is a 2.5 litre, and it's pushing out about 260 brake. Maybe more. We don't actually know how much horsepower it's got. About 260. The car by standard doesn't push that much out, so we reckon he's had it modified, as in chips, but I don't know. We need to put it through its paces first and check on it with a load of stuff. I have got plans to take it on the track, regardless. I took my old one on the track and it was terrifying. When I bring it, well, my plan is to take it to one, believe it or not. I just don't know how soon I'm going to be doing it. Oh, that's not what I want to do, get back on the track! Oh god. It can reset you if you're not careful. Yeah, I'm planning on taking it on a track at some point. Obviously, there's events and stuff that I'm going to and whatnot. the perfect example is there's an event that's on in the UK. I don't know when it's on, but there's an event that's on in the UK called Jap Show, I think it is, and it's at Donington Park. I think it's in like July or June or something. But the last time I went there, which was about 2 years ago, I took my old Subaru, so the one I had before, I took that on the track and it worked. Third gear start? What do you mean? Does the car do third gear start, Carl? Because I think mine probably could. It sets off in second gear, no problem. Third gear, I don't know. I've not tried it yet. It has got... oh, I should mention it's 2.5 litre turbo. So it has a turbo. Yeah, it had everything on it. Sports exhaust, black alloys, albeit we know that they've been powder coated. So not exactly black, they look grey. UV me, I'll have you in the first. Fair enough, Cal. Fair enough. That's if I ever come down south. Or wherever it is where you are. Oh! 30 months, we got 30 months sub, bloody hell. Congratulations, Zeta. Also, super special stage, the first of 3, I think it is. So we have one in Finland, Germany also has one, I think New Zealand has one. So it could be, yeah, I think New Zealand has one. So we do one in Finland, one in Germany, and one in New Zealand. I think New Zealand's got one. Yeah, it has one, Oh, don't hit that box! Oh god, that was close. Phew. But yeah, it's I'm like dead excited. I'm like, I want to go and drive it again. But no, not anymore this weekend. Same layout as a Porsche 911. Oh god. Wait, do you own a 911? Or does it just look like one? I know a car that looks like a 911. It's called a not Fiat. It's called the Volkswagen Beetle. In fact, that was where the original idea came from, wasn't it? It was based off of VW Beetle, I think, the 911. I believe that's right. It was something like that. It was on Top Gear, actually. I could be wrong. Yeah. Nice. And the next rally is... oh, it's Deutschland. Right, so it is Germany. Okay, so I do have another race to do. So I got Germany. Nice. Okay, so 4 rallies down, 2 to go. Ah, rear wheel drive. Oh, rear wheel drive and rear engine. Oh, nice. So that thing will love sliding in the corners then. Although I'm guessing you wouldn't have done that. Don't worry, I don't encourage street racing or anything daft like that. Or illicit behaviour. Illegal behaviour. Is it illegal behaviour? I don't know. Illicit, illegal, whatever. Legal behaviour, there you go. Oh god, okay. Easy. I was actually saying before, I was like, you know, is it, I said to somebody the other day, saying, Germany? Does Germany actually, oh god, does Germany actually look like this? And he's like, not really. Like, what about 2002? Surely it looked like this in 2002. And he's like, nope, it doesn't. Like, how do you know? He's like, well, because I live in Germany, but obviously this is the rally bit, so it's miles away from, like, the capital, I think. Hey, Nim. Sorry, I did see you there before. I forgot to say hi. How you doing? Yes, it does. So it does look similar to what Germany does look like in places, I'm guessing. I forgot you were from Germany. Oh god. Yeah, let's not wreck the car. Nice. Oh, okay. Whoa! Physics, thank you. Doing good, good luck on the marathon, thanks man. Oh boy. First row of the day, so I got is everything to play for with me. I like how he celebrates at the end of this, by the way. Also, no, it's a hatchback and it has traction control that can't be turned off. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. No, it probably does have. It probably does have traction control that can be turned off. Lots of Germany has forests, but there's areas that look like this. Really? Man, I need to go to Germany because I haven't been to Germany yet. I've kind of been putting it off for a while to go to Germany, but I don't know. Maybe I will one day. It wasn't really on my travel list, but it kind of is at the same time. Well, it will be eventually. I was talking to somebody recently about like travelling to places. Grassy hills with narrow asphalt roads. That's pretty much what this is, yeah. I mean, would it be the same if you took a rally car on there? Do you think you can make a rally stage? Oh god. I'll have to reset that because there's no way I'm getting out of there. So do you reckon you could put a rally car on the roads over there then? Hey Rusty, go up and keep going fast. I will, man, I will. Subaru power. If only. It's not too bad actually. It's pretty decent car. I have crashed a fair bit this run, and again, I can only apologise for that. The physics can be a little off at times. I haven't fully mastered the physics 100%. Oh god. Yeah, I don't know, like, out of all the places to go in the world, I have, like, quite a few on that list. Like, I was talking with somebody last night about where they wanted to go. And then they're like, oh, I wanted to go, like, I want to go, like, bear in mind, they live in the UK. It's like, oh, I want to go Cardiff, I want to go to the Isle of Man. I'm like, don't you want to go somewhere outside of the UK? And you're like, yeah, I want to go Australia. And I'm like, I would go Australia, but have you seen the size of the bugs over there? No offence to Australia, by the way, it's just the bugs. Everyone just immediately presumes, don't they? Bugs, Australia, tarantulas, yep, sod it, I ain't going there. Honestly, that's just the typical idea when you think of Australia. I mean, yeah, you think of nice countryside and hot, nice beaches, nice cities. What could possibly go wrong? But then, for me, I always think spiders, snakes, everything that can kill you, just in a little island. It's just one of them things. It's just an Australia thing. Boxing with kangaroos, yeah, kangaroo jacks there, like, come on then, take me on, I dare you. Spider as big as your hand, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, holy cow. God damn. Also, I should just quickly mention, please don't forget that we are raising money for the Dutch Cancer Society, working alongside BSG for this, who have provided their channel for us to use with our online event. We have some upcoming donation bid wars, such as worst car setup for Rusty when he's doing his GT Advance 2 run. And that's again just like a bonus incentive. You can also pick that if it does go through, as in if it goes through enough and we meet the bidding goal for the worst car setup, you can also pick which country he's going to use that in. So there's a couple of options there. There's also the car choice for one of our fellow runners down the line as well today. And again, like I said, I can't stress that enough, that we are you know, making sure that we make this event the best it can be. Any feedback that you guys can give us would be very much appreciated, whether it be positive, negative, you know, improvements, things you liked about it, we'd very much appreciate it. I need to be careful with this stage. And of course, I forget, there was one I said about later on. There is a incentive, another one, I did forget to mention this one, for Yonko's flat out run, which is coming on later today, and that will basically you'll get to choose which way he does his run. So you get to decide how his run is going to go. You can get him to use the slowest car, or you can get him to just do it the normal way. Basically, if that donation incentive gets met, then you will have you'll have him doing the run with the slowest car, which will make the run slightly longer, but will be fine. If it doesn't get met, he'll do it the normal way. So again, you can choose to make him do it the slow way, or you can make him do it the normal way. It's completely up to you. Again, this is just a bonus incentive. It doesn't have to be met, but if it does get met, that would be absolutely awesome. And that is Germany, done and dusted. Like I said, I do like his celebration where he shakes his hand. Makes me laugh. Nice. I think we're in the clear. Okay, so how far ahead are we? Ooh, 8 points ahead. I like that very much. So what's this one? So this is Italy. We're going to skip Italy. Mainly because we have to. It's one of the longest rallies in the game, I think. The UK isn't far off. Yeah, that first stage is horrendous, good god. One, go, and then retire. And there we go. We've packed up our bags and we have gone home. And we're still ahead. Still at the front of the field. Hell yeah. Okay, so Rally New Zealand. This is actually one that we do need to do. So, judging by how fast we can get through this one. Also, the rain's appeared. Hooray! Wouldn't be New Zealand without a bit of rain. Also, thunderstorms too. So, New Zealand. Gravel, mud, weird physics as well. Good grief. Reset me please, thank you. Gravel, mud, rain, and a bit of dry weather every now and again thrown in for good measure. So New Zealand's actually quite difficult, mainly because of the fact that you slip and slide all over the place. It's like an ice rink, pretty much. Also, am I going to be ahead of the AI or behind? Ooh, just about ahead. Okay, that's good. That was close. So, altogether, we have literally just this one to do. Ooh, no! God damn it, that's actually... God, that is actually really stubborn. As in, that's rock solid. Good grief. So what I was saying was, New Zealand's very, very difficult, and depending on the result of this rally will deter if we can finish this run in like the next 10 minutes. So what this should be for us, hopefully, is this should be the last rally that we have to do in the game. So, oh god. So once we've done New Zealand and we've won it, we'll get the 10 points, of course, for winning the rally itself. And then we're going to retire from Australia and from the UK. And depending on what the result is from Australia, we may have to do the UK or we may be able to skip it. I don't know. So I'll have to give it a try and we'll see. I'll also have to have a look at the standings as well, just to see who's where. At the moment, judging by the looks of things, Gronholm is not doing too good, and Gronholm's actually our rival, I believe, for second place in the championship. As in, he's the guy who's in second. And don't forget, we've skipped, so far, up until this point, 6 rallies. And we've won 5 of the 5 others. So we've retired from 6 and won 5 others. Nice. Also, thanks very much for pointing that out, Nim. We'll get right on it. I'll have to, we'll get right on that. We'll try and fix it as soon as possible. Again, like I said, big mention goes out to the BSG guys for allowing us to use their channel and to use their server and some of their equipment as well to make this marathon possible. Without their cooperation and without their help, this marathon would not be being broadcast out to a wider audience and also helping us in the best way possible. So big mention goes out to the likes of Cruel and also Rickel as well. I hope I'm saying that name correct, and a few of the other guys as well, working behind the scenes. The help is very much appreciated from the start. Oh god, did I go through that wall then? I mean, I went through the barrier, sure, but okay, let's keep going, I guess. Yeah, big thanks goes out to the PSG guys. Whoa, okay. Let's see, oh god. Oh god, okay. Whoa. This actually gives me a bit of a scare, because the car likes to go over like that. That's going off the road too, it slides like crazy. I'm down. Come on car, there we go. Back on the road. Oh dear. Okay, let's not... I'm going to have to take it a bit easier because I am going too fast. As soon as I see a blind corner, I'm braking for it. Oh, like that. That actually seems to work better. Okay, let's just go with that. That works. Whoop. Nice. Oh boy. Oh. Also, they give you quite a bit of... Oh god, okay, right, that's definitely going to reset. I'll reset that, just to make sure I don't go too far off. They do give you quite a bit of time on this game, so I'd say it's quite generous. Oops. It is quite generous. Like, we're nearly a minute ahead of the AI at the moment. Obviously, that just counts down, but... It's a clever system as well, so normally on a rally game, you just get the split come up and it'll say like, oh, you're 5.5 seconds ahead, or you're 20 seconds ahead, etc. But on this one's you are the determining factor with how much time you are going to be ahead. You think, oh, I've got plenty of time, I'm a minute and 10 seconds ahead, and then you get the split and it's like you're 5 seconds in front. So it gives you this false sense of security. I like it though, it gives you an invisible pressure you don't normally have. Normally you just find out whether you're in front or behind and then it just disappears and you go, wait, how far was I ahead last time? But on this one it's a case of it counts down. So you have a countdown timer. So you've got that extra pressure on you, which I find, like I said, I find quite enjoyable to be honest. Makes the run a bit more interesting for you when you do run the game. Also, whoops. Nice. Straight back on the track. I also have to be careful when going around corners. Make sure I don't go around them too fast. You can actually knock over. One thing I used to like doing was knocking over all them little cone things. So the what do you call them? I don't know. Does anyone know what the name of them is? The little things at the side of the road? Because I have no idea. Yeah, can't think of it at the top of my head. I like certain, I don't know, they're like little, I want to say pylon things, but they're not. They're the little box things that you can go past. You can actually knock them all over at one side. I used to love doing it, mate. I always used to aim for them. I don't know why, it's just satisfying knocking them down. Great fun. It's the first half. For those that are unaware how a super special stage works, by the way, I know a lot of people here have never seen one before. I don't know what rallying is, so allow me to just quickly explain. So a super special stage it's a track that crosses over. It has crossover points. So you'll have two tracks side by side. Both cars will set off at each side, and we'll try and do a full lap of the circuit, and you'll drive both parts of the track as it crosses over. Also, that is New Zealand done. But basically, you have a head-to-head section. There's crossover points, some of them have jumps and things like that. It's quite fun. Also, yes, New Zealand's done. And we're miles in front. Okay, I think we can afford to skip Australia and the UK here. So this might be time in a minute, if all goes well. Also, 2002.
3, 2, 1.
Yep. Right, that's Australia done. And now, depending on what happens next. Ooh, could be interesting. Do I or don't I? That's a good question. Do I tempt it or not? I don't know. I should just tempt fate. Tell you what, I'll do the first stage and see where it leaves me. If Gronholm retires after the first stage, I will retire from the rally. I'll do the first stage just to be on the safe side. I got pretty lucky last time. I thought I was going to get lucky then as well. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to win. I might have to do the full UK rally to be on the safe side here. But we'll find out, let's see. Yeah, Gronholm's gonna win if I don't do anything here. Yeah, we'll just win this rally then, I think. Might go over estimate, but oh dear. It's fine. Oh god. Reset, go the other way. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do the UK. This is not a big deal, but it does mean I'm gonna go over estimate, which is unfortunate. But what can you do? Maybe I should have. I originally had my estimate at 120 for this, and in practice my runs went pretty well. It could have been worse. I could have set my estimate at like 110, so I won't be going too far over estimate. It's unfortunate, but not a lot I can do. It is look of the dice, really, with how the AI decides to treat you, and this one's just treating me like a pain in the ass. Check if he retries after every stage. I can do, but there's a good chance that if I win 2 stages and he retires, I might still lose the championship to somebody else winning the rally. Because I don't think 2nd and 3rd are too far behind in the championship. As far as I know anyway, they're not too far behind. Should be okay though, I think. Oh god. Oh, hello. Miles off circuit here. Come on, car, get back on the track. There we go. About halfway there, nice. Yeah, Gronholm's literally right there. If I can get him to retire, then that'd be great. But I don't think he's gonna retire, so that's a shame. Never mind. Not doing too bad on time though, I'll say that much. Time-wise, I think we're doing pretty decent. Actually, this could be underestimate, albeit only just, but it could be underestimate. Let's see. Okay, that was close. Phew, very close. Yeah, this could still be underestimate. We'll find out. Just drive well, exactly. That's all I can do. Just drive well and don't screw it up. I have to admit though, the Subaru's done me well. I'm glad he used the Subaru. It seems to drive a lot better than the other cars. So the 206 apparently. The 206, so the one that Gronholm drives, is a decent car, but doesn't do as well as you think. It isn't as good as you think. I don't know why, it just doesn't seem to be as good as you think. Beats me though. It says in the right hands, yeah, in the right hands. It says in the right hands this car has very few weaknesses, but the problem is the 206, it doesn't drive too well. It's not a great rally car in this game. Oh god, where the hell am I going? There we go. Yeah, it just doesn't drive as good as it looks. So I have only driven this stage like once or twice in the past, so I can only hope that this stage does go well. Yeah, it's not easy to use. Like, there's a few cars in this game that don't drive very nice. So, for example, the 206, despite how small it is, and despite the fact that it won the championship with, I don't know, like a round or two to go, it was seen as a good rally car, but I personally don't think it handles that well in this game. The Subaru is a good all-rounder, meaning it's easy to pick up and play. The Ford's more meant for gravel than anything else. And then you've got other games such as the Skoda, for example. The Skoda is weird. That car loves to flip over. If you're driving the Skoda in Finland, you'd be lucky if you make it out in one piece, because that car loves to turn. By that I mean when you're in the air, it loves rolling over. Or just nose diving on the tail, like the right hand side corner or something daft. It's really strange. Also, Gronholm's in 4th. Come on, I want to win. I really want to win. The last stage is around 2 minutes, so depending on how well this goes and how good my load times are, of course. This is being played on console, by the way. This isn't an emulator, it is console. Yeah, depending on how well that goes will depend on a lot of other things too. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Ooh. Oh god. Oh, it's getting bumpy. It's getting bumpy. Okay. Oh, nice. Halfway there. Sweet. Console for the win! Exactly. Exactly. I don't mind you. I know a lot of people here are probably against using emulators. I don't mind using emulators, but if it's a PS2, I prefer. Oh god. Also, here's the weird physics I was telling you about. There's your glimpse of the crazy physics of a flipping car. That's no joke. What you just saw is how crazy the physics go when you flip a car over. As I was saying, yeah, so in terms of emulator, I don't mind using them, but for the PS2, I find it pointless. Unless your PC can run it or you can get it set up properly. I've never been able to get a PS2 emulator set up correctly. So I just give up and went, you know what, sod it, I'll just just use my PS2 and capture it, because I can. It's going to be interesting when there's an Xbox One emulator or PlayStation 4 emulator, because I don't know, it's just going to be odd. It's like there's going to be no point doing it. The game just wants you to know how much you messed up. Yeah. Very true. Very true. It's like, how much do you want to mess up? Quite a bit. Oh god. Ooh. Okay, that's the night stage done. Yes! Okay, now I just need to do the last stage, which is the super special. So yeah, this is going to be overestimate, but only just. I think. This is how many rolls you'll get if you mess up. Yeah, exactly. So time is going to be when I basically cross the line here. So now I just need to make sure I drive decent. I'm probably still going to mess it up somehow, but let's just see. Camera on this game is a bit weird. Like the car moves, but the camera doesn't. Come on. Let's go, car, let's go. That's better, because the camera actually stays with you. Okay, ooh. Not mess this up. I don't actually want to lose. I don't know who I'm racing against, but I don't want to lose against him. That's for damn sure. Oh, God. Come on. Car, please. Oh, no, 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 no. That just made things worse. Okay, come on. Go, 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 go. Oh. Right. Man, this is going to really hurt if I don't win this. I probably have lost this stage, actually. That's a shame. It's fine. Right, let's give it a go. Come on, Subaru. Power! Power! There we go. Okay, I'm probably at 115 now. Yeah, I'm at 115. Only just though. Damn. And time. If that did it. Oh, D. Oops. There we go. Nice. I mean, that was like 115, 20 something or other, so that's not too bad. And just to prove that we did win, obviously, there's the congratulations, you won the UK. There you go. We won it by 8 points from Gronholm. Science was miles off, so if Gronholm were retired, then I could have won it if he retired. And we didn't win the constructors, but that's fine. And that's it. We won. And obviously it'll ask me, do you want to save archives? I go, yes, because that's how things work. Anyway, on that note, that was the WRC II Extreme run. Coming up next, we have the run, which is what everybody has been waiting for. And that is the, that is the Colin McRae Rally 2 run. So we'll get right set up with that, and we shall see you in a short while.